If you're the Suns GM, who are you taking?
I would take DeAndre Ayton, but, just being completely frank with you, I think I still err on the side of super athletic big guys, and maybe that's the wrong way to look at it, or I don't want to squeeze out somebody that like Luka Doncic, who is a great passer, and the ball moves when he's in there, and he's really good off screen rolls. He's not the freaky athlete that Ayton is, but I just think Ayton's one of these prototype big guys that can step away and shoot it. And but he's not a big time shot blocker. He can block shots, but he doesn't. He's not like a guy who's going to block 5 a game or something like that, like Mo Bamba is, or Jaren Jackson Jr. Guys like that. But I tend to err with the big guys. Maybe I'm just biased that way.
But do you think that Doncic is sort of playing a power hand here by saying, I don't know if I'm going to leave Real Madrid and go to the NBA? And if he's going number one, he's coming over. But if the Suns all of a sudden take DeAndre Ayton, he doesn't want to go to Sacramento. Do you think that's the power play that's going on?
It could be. I don't really know the answer to that. I think it's just sort of a leverage thing. They're about to start the Euro Final Four in Belgrade, I think, in the next day or two. So he's mostly focused on that. But, he's got a relationship with the new Phoenix coach, Igor Kokoshkov. And so maybe it's just the idea of getting a promise from Phoenix at number one so he knows what's going on. But he could still, even if he gets drafted by, just for argument's sake, by Sacramento number 2, and he doesn't want to go there, he doesn't have to do that. He can still use leverage after the draft and stay overseas. Sacramento would keep, whoever drafts him would keep his rights. But if you're going to park yourself overseas, and you may be able to force a trade. I don't think it's quite the same as like John Elway when he said he was going to play baseball back in '83. Because back then, I think I think the rules were the same in the NBA, where if you didn't play the sport for a year, you could go back in the draft. But once somebody takes you, they've got your rights for, I don't even know what the period of time is, but it's a significant period of time.
How do you solve the mystery that is Michael Porter Jr.? He came out and said he's the best player in the draft, which, great. I mean, I kind of have to go back to his high school days to look at his game film. But Michael Porter is, he's that size, that ability is sort of the future of the NBA. But how good is he?
I don't know, and you hit the nail. I think he's the most, I think he's the most intriguing decision in the draft. And, he was on our set yesterday and had a great answer to the question about his injury and his back surgery. He said it was a blessing because he was in pain and he wasn't the same player for a long period of time, even before he had the surgery. And so he kind of planted in my head with that answer. And I don't know whether it's his answer or his agent, Mark Bartelstein. It doesn't matter. It was a great answer. But I started thinking about, well, wait a minute. When I questioned some of the things about him when he was in high school, was he injured then? And so I thought that was a great way to put it. But, he was a guy that could have been the first pick if he had come out of high school. He's that kind of talent. I did question, along with other people, is he how tough is he? But skill-wise and ability-wise, all the measurables, he's really, really talented. And at some point in the draft, with the back injury and the surgery or not, at some point, even with that, you're going to say, it's worth the risk here. I don't think you say that at 1, 2, or 3 because of just how good these other guys are without any questions about health. But you get to the 5th pick or maybe the 6th or something, then you're going, you know what? He's worth the risk there. But you got to get something for a top pick. You can't. I don't think you can take any risk with health. Your doctors had better tell you that there are no red flags with regard to him.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.